Hi guys, it's me again, and real fast, I'm sorry for the lack of uploads. As you know, last week or so I was at the beach, so I couldn't really upload then. And I actually had a video recorded, but I accidentally deleted it, because I'm a dumb nut. Anyways, yeah. The reason also there hasn't been too many uploads, especially on 7 Deadly Sins, is that there's just not a lot to do right now, in all honesty. There's a slime event which is pretty good, but there's really, like, other than that, there's not much going on. The boss raid is extremely difficult and honestly not worth it at all. Because all you get basically from the boss raid is these items right here. You get a dupe with the free SSR you get, which can be good for the coin shop. So if you need coin shop units, you can do that. That's pretty good. You can also buy SR dupes for him, so you could summon on the banner of tickets or something like that if you wish. Then there's also these outfits for all the characters, which are pretty nice. Don't really care for them. Then the summoning shop, they added the 2 other characters finally. And as you can tell from my gems, yeah, I kind of used all of them. I kind of used it on this banner when it originally came out because I thought they were all on it. Realized afterward they were not, and I was upset, as me along with basically every other single free-to-play person that played this game didn't get a single copy of her, or this character here, the Rimuru, whatever her name is, his name, I don't know, which is really annoying. The rates are actual garbage. Like, they are awful. People like me, for example, I spent over 400 gems on this. Only 2 SSRs. 2! What the F? Then there's this banner here, which basically has the same rates. Now mind you, this Carol right here is super good. She's worth it. If you pull her, then be glad, because she's really good. She's also pretty good. They're all pretty good, but the rates are just awful. Like, absolutely awful. So, be warned if you're going to summon on this banner. The rates seem normal, but they're just so much worse than normal banners for whatever reason. You buy the pack if you want, and then you get a guaranteed one of the SSRs between Rimuru and this girl. But I have no idea what, basically, the point is that because you get a lot of gems, you get a ticket. And yeah, but you're only going to really pull one, honestly. You'll be lucky to pull one. Other than that, there's no new banners or anything like that. No new events going on. Actually, well, there is one new event going on. And it's this one right here. Well, this is clothes. You can buy some clothes for Gilthunder, not Gilthunder, sorry. Dreyfus, Hendrickson, and Slater, which all look really cool. And later on, I think you'll be able to buy Jericho, Galila, Gilthunder, Grimoires, a bunch of other characters' outfits. Because in this event right here, you fight basically a bunch of all the sins and whatnot, different ones. Which also reminds me, there's probably going to be a new Diane coming soon. I don't know if it's going to be an SSR or not, but it's going to be a new green Diane most likely, because in this event, there's actually a green Diane, that's human-sized wearing a sweater and all that, that has different attacks from the other blue Diane and red Diane. So, if you're a Diane fan like me, you should be excited because there should be a new one coming soon, hopefully. Or at least we know of one that'll eventually be coming out. And her attacks seem pretty good too. She has a, kind of, I don't know how to describe it because I can't really look at them, unfortunately. But yeah. My box has changed somewhat since then. I rolled up a one of the characters at level 65. I'm working on 6-star in Jericho here. That's just my favorite unit. I got Coin Shop Bond. I haven't used him yet, but if you watch any other videos of people using him, which basically everyone else does, he's a monster. He's one of the most OP units in the game by far. He's, well, okay, no, yeah, he's just overpowered in my opinion, honestly. Because of his snatch ability, right here. For 2 turns, deal 20% attack and defense with the enemy and add it to your own. Level 2 is 30% and level 3 is 50%. And this is honestly a timeless character because of this ability. Because that means even way down the line, let's say like 2-year anniversary or something like that, this skill is still going to be extremely overpowered, and it's still going to make this skill really overpowered. Because they'll be taking, let's just say like for example, Bronze Level 2, because that's, I mean, Silver Level 2, most people use that. That's still 30% of that new unit's max attack and defense taken away from them and added to your own. That's dumb powerful. And then this one, that also just boosts this damage up. I'm not sure what its secondary effect is, but it is an AoE, it does really good damage. And that might be, it has a higher grade, the more chance to crit it has. I'm not too sure about that though. Yeah. His passive is, basically if you don't attack him, I think you take, I don't know, honestly, what is something of HP up to 5 times. And I think it resets whenever it gets hit or something. I'm not too sure, unfortunately. Those dual ult is honestly one of my favorites because it has Jericho and Bond, and I'll show you it right now. It's one of my favorites because I love these two.
Fake strike!
So basically also what it does, it basically does what the level 3 snatch does as well. And I think it also heals you. And in case you're wondering what they look like, I'll show you what the level 3s of the abilities look like as well. So yeah, there's that. Let's go back. I also got Red Gopher, who is also really incredible, especially for PvP. Because this ability here, level 1, just AoE, but level 2 and 3, it seals basic attacks. Like that has a sword symbol near it, like this one at the top left, right? It has that symbol next to it, then it's sealed if it's level 2 or level 3 hits them. Sorry about the notifications, by the way, I forgot to turn them off. Invasion's really good because level 1, it lets you boost the skill of one character's cards up to 1-star level. Level 2, it does it for all characters. And level 3, it does it for all characters and gives every single character on your team a buff of attack, defense, and something else, I believe. I think crit chance. I have yet to get his passive, but he's not max level yet, and I haven't put gadgets on him. But it makes him, if I'm pretty sure, if I remember right, when he doesn't get hit, he boosts his allies' attack by 10% for 5 turns, but it resets every time he gets hit. So if you're able to make it so he just doesn't get hit, then he'll do pretty dang good damage. I guess I could show you him right now, what he does. Oh, also his ultimate, I should have mentioned that. His ultimate doesn't have to be a dual, just the normal one as well. It removes 5 of the ultimate gauge from the enemy, which is dumb powerful. So basically if they have an ultimate attack, and it's your turn though, before they can use it, you can use your ultimate if you have it, and then they'll go back down to 1 ultimate bar, which is, oh my gosh, it's ridiculous. So here's level 3 of this. It's not very fancy, it doesn't do much damage, but it's just there for really stealing. Gopher here is mostly a support unit, so he's good for that. Very good. And here's Invasion Arrow level 3.
Invasion Arrow!
See, yeah, it gives him like a defensive increase, attack increase, and I think, maybe life steal, that might be what it is, I'm not too sure though. And then his dual ultimate I'll play because it's more cinematic. Oh, what's this happening? Does okay damage, you can tell, and it's an AoE as well, so all the opponents get hit by it, and all of their ultimate gauge goes down by 5. So yeah, pretty dang good. I do plan on doing a Red Demon soon, as I said I would do that, so I apologize, that's not this video. But I just wanted to give a quick update as to what was going on, and I apologize for my crappy schedule. I'm working on awakening some of these other SRs and SSRs, because they can be really good. For example, this Red Jericho, I think she could be pretty good, and definitely a good partner for Green Bond. as that's a new boss from the raid, by the way. Don't like it though. It's dumb hard, and it's just annoying. You need very specific units like the new Rimu, or the other demon girl thing that you saw with the pink hair. Or also there's units that basically do more damage when you have buffs, like Matrona / Blue Small Diane. And other moves that have burst, kind of like maybe even Giant Blue Diane could do good on that because of her Ground Gladius has that ability. Anyways, this Jericho's pretty good. I have her the same outfit as my green one, but basically she's not as good as the green one, by far not. No, the green one's by far the best Jericho in the game. If you have her, you are her. You don't need to worry about the other Jerichos. However, this Jericho I would say is the second best in the game, and then the last one, which is the worst, is the blue Jericho. She's just pretty dang awful. Anyways, so this one here, first skill, 130% inflicts bleed, and then just goes up in damage as you go up, so it's alright. But the bleed effect is really good, and I think underrated, because basically 80% of the damage I think you deal or they deal hits the opponent again as bleed damage. So it can do a lot of damage depending on what it's going to do. And again, it's a timeless ability, which is really nice. This one here actually is, like I said, this one could be good on the event, but because basically she does 180%, and she does, when the enemy has a buff, she does 2 times damage, basically. So it's kind of like the green Jerichos, where if they're debuffed, they take 3 times, but instead it's if they have a buff and they only take 2 times. So it can be good. PvP it's because they don't really use buffs often, but for PvE on like certain events and whatnot, this could be very good. And then her ultimate also inflicts bleed, so that's another good thing about her. And it's 455%. Her passive, I'm not too sure. Oh, yeah, I am sure. I don't want to talk about. It increases the damage of all red types by 10% on your team. Just flat out 10% increase to all damage they deal. Very nice. I guess I could show you her. Actually, now I'll show you the blue one as well, just in case you're wondering why I recommend doing the red one to UR instead of the blue one. The blue one here, not very good at all. First skill, doesn't inflict bleed. I believe it has, I think it's the same thing where if they have a buff, it does more damage. But again, like I said, it's not very common. And it's more just an extra little perk against some bosses. So in PvP, she's not very good there. And this skill, this skill is probably her best skill, honestly. It's healing. It's literally just healing. Level 1 heals 10%, level 2 15%, level 3 25%. It's not much. The Blue King's Pollen Garden is better. The Red Elizabeth's is better. The Green one's better. Heck, I think even the Blue Galila I have here, who is an SR to UR, actually has a better version. Because she removes debuffs level 1, and that's the other thing Air Jericho doesn't do. She doesn't remove any debuffs. She just heals. Yeah, look at that. Level 2, already higher than Jericho's healing. So Jericho, honestly, like, it's not even worth it. She's really bad. And yeah, 30% for this one, and then 50% HP. She's basically a miniature king with this ability, the miniature pollen garden. So she could be really good in some events, because also her main ability is Ignite, and doesn't do much damage, but it does ignite all enemies on the field, so they take 10% more damage. So it can be overall, after some time, doing good damage, but she's more there just to support my Jericho, while I have Red Galila on my team as well. So yeah. I haven't even got her passive, which I believe is, I actually haven't the slightest idea what it is. Yeah. Anything else I want to show you? Yeah, I awakened this guy because I was looking at his passive and I wanted to make something cheap, kind of UR. And he's honestly pretty cheap because this ability right here. It's an AoE, hits all the opponents, and it seals all their special attacks, like the skull here. And so that with Red Gopher, literally will make it so they can't do any attack throughout the entire turn, all the opponents. It's dumb, and I don't plan on really using it, but it's an option I have now. So yeah, also just like his outfit, it's pretty cool. Anything else I want to go over? I don't think so. Actually, okay, one unit I think that could be good against Gray Demons maybe is this Griamore. Yeah, this Griamore. Because this ability here basically gives him a shield, so he takes a lot less damage. And unlike Merlin's Bear, it doesn't go away, so it's just a permanent defensive increase. And then level 2 and 3, it also, I believe, makes it take damage reduction, or it makes the opponent walk onto you. So unless they have an AoE, they can't attack anyone else. Wait, no, sorry, this is the attack skill, my bad. Yeah, so this just runs up to the opponent, does damage. And then over here, it debuffs them a bit. I believe it lowers their defensive skills, which is pretty nice. And then this one here is what I was talking about. It boosts up your defense by 10% of your HP and 30% damage reduction. Then it's 15% of your HP's health and 45%. And then 25% of your HP's health and 75% damage reduction. Really good. And the ultimate is also very good. I'll actually show you it. Basically, it doesn't do any damage. It's purely defensive. However, it does make it so the opponent is forced to lock onto you for 6 whole turns. 6 turns, which is absolutely nuts, because that basically means your other teammates can wail on them, and they can't do anything as long as you have enough defense, which this ability gives you a lot. If you look here, it gives you for 5 turns 480% defensive boost, which is absolutely crazy, and they're locked onto you for 5 turns as well. This skill here gives you, like I said, 25% of your HP's defense and 75% damage reduction. And this one does a lot of damage. So let's show the basic skill first. And that wasn't their defensive skill, so like, for example, I think it might be like Lord Deanne, for example, like if she would use her Sand Whirl, I think that would do less, like damage reduction. I think that would do, instead of like 20%, it would only do like, maybe half that and do 10%, I'm not sure. Level 3 Barrier. Remember, my guy's level 1 obviously, and so is his. As you can tell, you get a huge amount of damage reduction and a huge amount of, just like defense with the barrier. So that's extremely useful. And then after that, you also have it for 2 turns, even I think if you do the level 2, let me try this out real fast. Okay, no, level 3 is the only one that gives you it for 2 turns, but level 1 basically will just give you good defense. So you take good damage like that. Level 2 and 3 you take next to no damage, so it's very good, especially if they have an ultimate attack, because it can definitely save your life. And now the dual ultimate. And so now I take a bunch of damage reduction as well as other things. So if I put this up, then for 2 turns, I'm basically invincible. You basically will take 0 damage ever. It is amazing. And the thing you should know, I don't have it on him yet, but his passive is actually really good for this as well, because 30% of the defense he has, his max defense, is added to his attack. So for example, you build him a full SSR build of just defense, being the tankiest murder trucker you can make him. You pull off your ultimate and this ability, you're gonna basically wipe out the entire field if I'm correct. So most likely, I'm gonna honestly awaken him and test him out, because I think he would be really worth it, and I'll make a showcase video on that when I do that. He won't be level 70, and he won't be 6 stars, but he'll be a good level, and I'll show him off on PvE Extreme event, probably. Because that's probably the best way to show him off right now, as I'm not very good at PvP, and he'd probably just die, because I'm not that strong in PvP yet. So yeah. Other than that, that's basically it. So yeah. Is that actually it though? Let me just make sure. Excuse me. Yeah, that's it. The guild stuff going on normal. I'll actually get my rewards real fast. When you're in a guild, you actually get rewards in the third tab here by doing stuff. I believe it's logging in, doing 50 quests, and this is for overall, not just you, like all of your guild doing it. mind you too. Then donate a million coins, like overall, like don't have to each donate a million. Like one person can donate 1,000,000 coins. Boom, everyone gets it. Or you could each donate a certain amount and then you'll get it eventually too. And it resets daily, mind you. And this one, I'm not too sure what it is. It might be just complete a bunch of quests, but I'm not too sure. Anyways, yeah, that's going to be the end of the video. I hope you all enjoyed. Take care, everyone.